Your Excellencies, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the closing ceremony of the World Bio Summit 2025. Before we begin this last session, we'd like to extend our sincere gratitude to all of you for showing your great interest and enthusiastic participation until the very last moment of this year's World Bio Summit. Thank you. And this concluding session will begin with the screening of the sketch video of the World Bio Summit 2025. And we will have brief summaries from our moderators on the discussions held in each session. After that, we will wrap up our journey with the meaningful closing remarks from the Second Vice Minister for Health and Welfare of the Republic of Korea. Please be with us until the very last moment. Thank you. First, we are pleased to present a meaningful video reflection on our journey. Ladies and gentlemen, please draw your attention to the screen.
미래를 향한 우리 모두의 도전을 응원하고 전 세계의 건강과 행복을 기원하며 건배 제의를 하겠습니다. Let's raise our sustainable tomorrow. Cheers!
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause for our cooperation. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you once again for watching this short but very meaningful video together. So the video was a truly meaningful video and reflection on the time that we've shared together and thoughtful dialogues that we've engaged in together. So now let's take a closer look at the discussions from each session on advancing inclusive biohealth. So ladies and gentlemen, first we'd like to welcome our moderator of session 1. Session 1 was chaired by Professor Kim Joo-han, Executive Vice President for Research at Seoul National University. Let us welcome him. Please join me in welcoming him with a big round of applause.
Good evening. I'm Joo-han Kim, who chaired the first session of this morning. The title of the first session was the Future of Health AI Artificial Intelligence, Global Collaborations and Sustainable Innovation, with outstanding 5 talks with the following panel discussions. We have 5 distinguished speakers and 3 inspiring panelists. First, we began with the WHO's perspective on AI governance, policy, and regulations by Director Park, who is actually my alumni in my medical school. Then the topics moved from regulations, policy, governance onto health AI development and application strategies and accompanied obstacles. So a speaker from Japan delivered a talk about their supporting strategies to medical AI development. And Samsung Medical Center delivered a topic on their effort and achievement from their move from digital transformation rapidly to AI transformation these days. Then the third kind of topics included the health AI acceptance issues with respect to clinician perspective, clinician acceptance, and global adaptations. Israeli Claret Health introduced the way how we handle clinical barriers for wide, broader adoption, and CEPI introduced their pandemic preparedness engine in preparation for disease X or new pathogen X. After the five talks, a comprehensive panel discussion was followed. We have distributed 3 main questions to the panelists. The first one was how we deal with the health AI issues like basic accessibility, literacy, and acceptance. Secondly, what are the health AI main domain areas that are the most thirsty or demanding, while they are and also expected to be most successful, most effective, and impactful with our healthcare system. And finally, the third question was the governance and regulation issues. Do we even need any regulation, and if any, what will be and what will be the optimal level of regulation do we need? So that after, as we close our first session, we all agreed that we saw the diversity, the wide variety of problems, demands, solutions, approaches, and hopes with health AI. Across different countries have diverse different needs for health AI. According to their different cultural, economical, and political considerations. Personally, I expected to, before we start the session, I personally expected to solve some of my annoying problems about health AI, but after closing, we realized that we have, our list of problems and solutions is even longer now and more complicated. Yes, we are going to find our own way to solve all those problems very soon. The speakers and panelists gave us amazing insight to come up with the newly emerging problems and solutions all together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Kim, for sharing your valuable insights. Thank you. And next, We will now have a briefing on the key outcomes of session 2. To do that, we'd like to welcome Dr. Lee Yoon-hwan, professor at Aju University School of Medicine. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome him.
Thank you. In session 2, the title was Aging and High-Tech, Longevity with Dignity Through Innovation. We had 4 wonderful speakers and 6 discussants. We ran out of time, actually, to have a more fruitful discussion. But in keeping in time limits, we had a very insightful and fruitful discussion. I really enjoyed this session in that we had a very diverse view from academia, research community, as well as industry and government and nonprofit organizations. I would say that we agreed that it is now high time to move on to achieve healthy longevity. And to do that, Age Tech has a really important role to put the initiative forward. It has a key role in our global effort to provide an opportunity for all older adults to enjoy a long life in good health, well-being, and living with dignity. And advances in health technology, and especially the recent emergence of regenerative medicine, holds much promise. And in that they will probably pave the way for a future generation of older individuals to age in place, live in the community as long as possible, receiving preventive services, health care, care support from their loved ones, as well as formal care supports, long-term care, and even end-of-life care. And there are challenges we must overcome, such as meeting the diverse needs of older people in an integrated and efficient way, advancing basic science and research, and establishing rules and regulations that promote technologies. These issues can be an opportunity to collaborate across different fields and disciplines, across academia, industry, and government. And as we learn from each other and across different countries, I'm sure that we will make a great progress to that end. We started off by hearing about the global trends of population aging in Asia, especially the needs of older people in health, economic situations, social engagement, and productivity. So there are diverse needs, but we are falling short of meeting those high aims. And the age tech industry, as I said, will step in to lead our future. And there are many promising areas covering care support, healthcare, and independent living, with AI and robotics, connected homes coming together to extend healthy life expectancy. I was much interested in many discussions we had and presentations about frailty, especially as it is my major topic of research. And I would like to say that I'm very happy to know that there are very much progress in terms of cell therapy, regenerative medicine, and also so-called anti-aging or health-enhancing drugs and therapeutics in the pipeline. So probably in the near future, we'll have a much better life expectancy, especially in terms of extending health span. Of course, we need to overcome these challenges, but working together, I felt confident that we'll achieve that end. With that, thank you very much.
Let's show our appreciation with a big round of applause. Thank you to Dr. Lee for summarizing the discussions of session 2. Next, we will have a briefing on session 3 from our chair, Dr. Choi Yoon-hee, Senior Research Fellow of Korea Institute for Industrial Economics and Trade, or KIT. Let us welcome her. Please join me in welcome her with a big round of applause.
Thank you. I'm the chairperson of the session 3. Our theme was advancing innovation in bioecosystem beyond the regions and borders. So we have 6 distinguished speakers in the presentation. Dr. Stephen Jo mentioned the Boston bioecosystem. So Dr. Jo mentioned that Boston's success took 5 decades of sustained investment and collaboration, and the Boston model is very difficult, but it's not impossible to replicate. That's the key message from him. And the second presentation was from Dr. Namsik Han from Cambridge, England. So he introduced the Cambridge BioCluster story, and he mentioned that based on the strong academic competitiveness in Cambridge, Cambridge BioCluster become a global leading BioCluster, and he mentioned about the importance of the human resource and human talent. And our third presentation was from Japan, Kobe. Dr. Shin Kawamata mentioned that the strong manufacturing and clinical trial infrastructure are crucial, important factor in Kobe. And I really impressed by his comments on the public-private partnership in Kobe, especially he mentioned about the example of CMO. So he mentioned that public construction and private management might be successful. I hope the luck to you. And then our fourth presentation from Basel, Mr. Paul Ashman has had a key message on the balanced ecosystem. He mentioned the importance of the ecosystem with global openness, and it might be the vital factor for the competitiveness of the BioCluster. Our fifth presentation from Korea, Chairman Kuson Park gave us the key message that Korea must move beyond the fragmented system towards connected, globally competitive cluster system. He mentioned about the cluster for cluster. And our last presentation from Gyeonggi-do, Dr. Jong Sung Lee gave us the key message about the regional cluster need more and better coordination and specialization to have the competitiveness. So this is the summary of our presentation. And as a conclusion, I'd like to emphasize the key takeaways from our session. First, clusters drive innovation and foster sustainable growth when academia, industry, government, and capital are aligned and harmonized. The second message is that AI platform or data platform might be becoming universal accelerator for drug discovery, and it might be the essential factor in the BioCluster from now on. The third key message is that regulation environment or regulatory infrastructure is very important factor in BioCluster. So we need to make an advanced regulation system in the BioCluster. And fourth message is Korea can strengthen its global position by combining lessons from the leading clusters like Boston, Cambridge, Basel, Kobe. Also, we need our specialized strategy tailored to its own strengths. So fifth, sustainability and competitiveness depends on building international collaboration because all the biocluster around the world don't have the enough resource internally. So we need the collaboration and connection, not just inside the country, but globally. So also we need some practical policy measures in this conference for global collaboration. So I suggest the Korean government that construct the global collaboration measures for the biocluster connection. With that, I'd like to thank all the panelists in our session for their valuable contribution, and I hope to keep our discussion from now on. Thank you.
Thank you very much for those meaningful words to Dr. Che. Thank you. Next, Ms. Kim Hani, Executive Director of Right Foundation, will share some key messages on the global health R&D investment of Right Foundation on the stage. Please welcome her with a big round of applause.
Good afternoon. I hope that the last 3 days have been as energizing for you as they have been for me. And yesterday, I had the honor of hosting a particularly energizing session yesterday. The objective of the Right Foundation side event was really twofold. On one hand, we wanted to showcase 3 examples of very exciting R&D projects that are currently funded by the Right Foundation. We've also had the pleasure of having 3 international panelists to reflect on the progress made by the Right Foundation grantees and some remaining challenges that we should all work together to solve. The second half of the session, we switched gears a little bit to now highlight some of the leading innovators in health R&D who have very strong interest in seeking new partners in Korea. So we showcased 3 international partners in the hope that we can facilitate new partnerships. So to go into a little bit more specific details, for the first half, 3 examples of the grants that are funded by the Right Foundation. First, Nour, which is a company based in Korea, showcased their latest updates on developing an AI-driven malaria diagnostic platform, so which automates all the steps starting from staining as well as quantifying red blood cells that are infected by malaria parasites. It was truly inspiring to hear how Nour has developed this platform, which was so innovative. In fact, they couldn't find an appropriate regulatory framework to achieve WHO pre-qualification. So this lesson has taught us a lot, and we really salute Nour's efforts, which weren't discouraged by that challenge. And today, that platform is registered in 3 malaria endemic countries. The second example came from Quad Medicine, which is another Korean company. They've showcased their latest data demonstrating that instead of using the traditional needles and syringes, it is possible to load your vaccine antigens on a patch that has microneedles, which would significantly help low and middle income countries to deliver life-saving vaccines in remote, marginalized communities. And their latest data, in fact, show that not only is it easier to deliver, in fact, for some specific antigens, in this case, measles antigen, it can actually demonstrate a superior immune response. So that was a very exciting result. The third example came from Merck. This is the Merck company based in Germany, which is collaborating with Shinpung pharmaceutical company in Korea. This is a new approach to take a proven compound that is really effective in treating malaria, which has been developed by Shinpung, but can we add a second compound with unique and complementary mechanisms of action so that the combination therapy can be safe and even more effective and can potentially lower the cost of treatments, which would vastly enhance access to low resource settings. So those were the three exciting examples of Wright-funded grants, and we were honored to have 3 international panelists from Gavi, PAHO, and Unitaid. Without going into a lot of details, these international panelists shared their insights and emphasized the continued importance of international procuring agencies such as Gavi to ensure access. Furthermore, we live in times where global funding mechanisms are necessary but not sufficient. So we really learned a lot from PAHO's experience in providing technical assessment as well as a mechanism to procure for the regional public health. Unitaid emphasized their continued efforts to support evidence generation, which is absolutely crucial to guide policy development for governments so that equitable and global access can occur. For the second half of our session, we then switch gears to learn from 3 international R&D partners from Canada, Belgium, and India, and we heard insights from CEPI. So AbCellera, which is a company based in Canada, they showcased this truly innovative platform to discover antibody as therapeutics against rare epitopes, so that you can be ready to discover and produce and evaluate monoclonal antibodies against pathogens with pandemic potential. Second company, Quantum, is based in Belgium, and this is a platform technology that can significantly accelerate and reduce the cost of designing and producing mRNA for both therapeutics and vaccines. The third company, MolBio, is based in India, and they've recently succeeded in rolling out this highly portable and true point-of-care PCR-based molecular diagnostic platform that can truly reach marginalized communities, low cost, highly effective, and they're actively looking for Korean partners to go beyond TB point-of-care diagnostics. The last speaker is not an R&D partner, but a very important R&D funder, CEPI. So we often hear about CEPI's collaboration with various Korean entities for vaccine development. But this time, Wright Foundation specifically invited CEPI's global diagnostics lead, and he shared his insights about how diagnostics R&D is often neglected. People often underappreciate just how absolutely essential it is to innovate diagnostics so that we can really maximize the impact from, for instance, vaccine R&D. So I was extremely energized and inspired to hear that 3 of these international R&D partners are actively seeking Korean partners, and Wright Foundation will continue our efforts to catalyze those partnerships. Thank you. 감사합니다.
Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing important messages shared during a Wright Foundation side event. Thank you. And next, Dr. Kim Soo-nae, Director General at the Office of Development Strategy of Korea Foundation for International Healthcare, will share key takeaways on the future of digital health. Let's welcome her.
On behalf of COFI, it's my great honor to share the Digital Health Forum was successfully hosted yesterday afternoon. Under the theme of the future of digital health, convergence of academia, industry, and global development, even half-day forum, more than 180 participants, including delegates from 21 APEC member economies, representatives from academia, industry, international development, and the public, came together to engage in meaningful discussion. Since the COVID-19 pandemic, the world has faced deepening health inequalities and the urgent need for digital transformation in healthcare sector. Against this backdrop, the forum was convened to bring together diverse stakeholders to explore practical pathways for collaboration. Professor Vivian Quang Nguyen Lin, professor at the University of Hong Kong, she gave a keynote speech. She emphasized, highlighted how digital health technologies, including wearable devices, mobile health solutions, can strengthen health systems and expand access to care in low and middle-income countries. WHO, World Bank, and other international organizations address the importance of global cooperation and regulatory frameworks to ensure sustainable progress in their digital health strategy in their health system. We have one academia presenter from Professor Jun Bom-seo, Asan Medical Center. He gave on transforming health systems in the digital age. He showed several examples of digital solutions. Two industries were invited, and one is Vice President Jong-min Choi of Samsung Electronics on health sensor innovations. He explained and showed Galaxy Watch and Link has a sensor to adopt health information for early detection and health promotion. And another industry person from Dr. Sang-jun Park, CEO of Medical IP, he explained digital twins, application of digital and AI innovation in medical education, which will be utilized in developing countries for their medical education field. And last one is international development and cooperation cases and examples that was presented by Professor Jae-hun Kang of Gangbuk Samsung Hospital on cases and implications of digital health in international development cooperation. He showed Vietnam and Chile cases and explained how international cooperation will bring AI and digital solutions to their health systems. These speakers shared perspectives on how digital transformation, including AI mobile health, can reshape health delivery in the post-pandemic era, while also addressing presenting challenges such as ethical issues, data security, regulations, and accountability. They further introduced collaboration models in developing countries, emphasizing the importance of building digital health infrastructures, raising awareness, enhancing capacity, and fostering public-private partnership, PPP. Practical cases in medical education using AI technologies also demonstrated how digital health can contribute to equity and sustainable development. Emphasis on digital literacy also needs to be addressed when we consider digital health tools into health system strengthening in developing countries. During the panel discussion, participants actively explored approaches for the responsible adoption of AI in healthcare sector. Topics included establishment of careful regulations, ethical guidelines, standardization, and interoperability, particularly in LMICs, incentive policies, and integrated systems, ensuring that digital health transformation unfold in a safe and inclusive manner. Through this forum, we reaffirmed that digital health will serve as a key driving force for the future of healthcare. We also recognize the shared responsibility of Asia-Pacific region and the international community to build a healthier and more sustainable future through creative and inclusive model of cooperation. We sincerely hope the strategies and models discussed during the forum will serve as a blueprint for inclusive cooperation across APEC member economies. COFI, Korea Foundation for International Healthcare, will remain committed to advancing healthcare innovation through digital transformation and to contributing to our global health equity. Last, one word, one sentence I wanted to emphasize: making choices on social technology system can depend on everybody. Thank you.
Thank you very much for sharing very important outcomes on a digital health forum. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, in order to close the curtain of this year's World Bio Summit, last but not least, it's time to welcome His Excellency Mr. Lee Hyung-hun, the Second Vice Minister of Health and Welfare of the Republic of Korea, to deliver his closing remarks. Let's welcome him to the stage with a big round of applause. Please welcome him.
네, 안녕하십니까. 대한민국 보건복지부 이차관 이형훈입니다. 2025 월드 바이오 서밋에서 모두를 위한 의료 혁신에 대하여 귀중한 의견을 나누어 주신 발표자, 토론자, 그리고 모든 참석자들께 감사 인사를 드립니다. 특히 마지막까지 세션별 브리핑을 해주신 김주환 교수님, 이윤한 교수님, 최윤희 선임연구위원님, 김한희 대표님, 그리고 부대 행사 브리핑을 해주신 김순애 본부장님께 특별히 감사의 말씀을 드립니다. 우리는 오늘 의료 인공지능, 고령화와 의료기술, 바이오 클러스터라는 세 가지 핵심 주제를 중심으로 깊이 있는 논의를 했습니다. 먼저 의료 AI 세션에서는 임상 현장에서의 AI 활용 현황을 공유하였고, 지속 가능한 AI 의료 생태계를 조성하기 위한 다양한 국제 협력 방안을 살펴보았습니다. 특히 의료 AI의 확산 문제를 사회적 수용성, AI 문해력, 접근의 형평성 등 다양한 관점에서 조망해 볼 수 있었던 좋은 기회였습니다. 고령화와 의료 기술 세션에서는 전 세계적인 고령화 추세에 대응하여 신체, 정신적으로 건강한 노년을 맞이하기 위한 방법에 대해 고민하였고, 에이지 테크 현재와 미래에 대해 조망하였습니다. 마지막 세 번째 바이오 클러스터 세션에서는 국가별 클러스터 성공 사례와 운영 상황을 공유하고, 바이오 클러스터가 단순히 공간의 집적을 넘어 연구와 기술, 인재와 기업이 유기적으로 연결되는 진정한 협력 네트워크라는 점을 다시 한번 알 수 있었습니다. 지난해 서밋에서는 안전하고 건강한 미래를 위해 우리가 어떤 투자를 해 나갈 것인지에 대해 논의했다면, 올해 서밋에서는 이러한 투자를 통해 이루어낸 혁신의 결실을 전 세계 모든 이에게 어떻게 전달할 것인지에 대해 함께 머리를 맞대었습니다. 앞으로도 세계 바이오 서밋은 전 세계 모두의 건강과 더 나은 미래를 위해 선도하는 혁신의 장으로 기능할 것입니다. 대한민국은 늘 이러한 혁신의 가장 앞에 서겠습니다. 여러분과 함께 나눈 소중한 경험, 지식, 통찰은 세계 보건 안보와 전 인류의 공평한 건강 수준 향상을 위한 소중한 밑거름이 될 것입니다. 이것으로 제4회 세계 바이오 서밋 행사를 마무리하고자 합니다. 이번 서밋에 참석해 주신 분들 그리고 행사를 준비하기 위해 힘써 주신 모든 분들께 다시 한번 감사의 말씀을 드립니다. 한국에서의 멋진 추억으로 여러분들의 마음속에 오래 기억에 남는 시간이었기를 바랍니다. 안전하게 귀국하시고 내년에 대한민국에서 다시 만나 뵙기를 기대합니다. 감사합니다.
Thank you very much to Vice Minister Lee for that invaluable remarks. Thank you. Thank you for highlighting the importance and the meaning of the World Bio Summit 2025. And once again, please join me in giving him another big round of applause. Thank you. Thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, as a Vice Minister just mentioned, this year, under the theme of From Innovation to Access, Health Innovation for Everyone, Everywhere, we had fruitful discussions. Thank you very much for your active participation until the very last moment. And also, we'd like to thank you for your contributions to promoting